Morning, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. It's August 23rd, and going to give you an update on the East Coast environment. Many people around the world that may be on Facebook are probably hearing through reports that the East Coast is on fire, and there's a very small selective area right now that is reasonably close to us that is experiencing fire. And I haven't heard much lately in the news on the subject, and so I think they have it under control, but officially they're not making any statements. But you can see here the grass here; it's like prairie grass. It's just very brown, and actually that's the field. I'll show you a different part that shows how brown it is. And there's a lot of heat stress on the trees. Even as I go by, you really can't see too much of it. And I'll see if I can turn this camera on and I can show you. You can't really see a lot of the heat stress here, but a lot of the trees are stressed out. And yeah, sure, everything looks green and great, but we haven't received any decent rain in a long time. And so it will cause a problem, especially in the fall, where the leaves are going to drop early this year. And so fall will come early. And we'll see how it progresses into winter, and see how that moves forward. And we see many stresses in all parts of the world. You look at the world that has maps of locations of fire. And there's so many fires that are ablaze. Spain and Greece, and of course different parts of Canada, and of course United States, all seem to be on fire. And then we have the problem of conspiracies, where there may be some truth to it, and I know little about it. The idea that the province of Quebec here in Canada does not use a product called glyphosate in their forests, and they just let their fires burn, and hence they have no fires, or no forest fires this year. Now, I don't know how true that is, because I know very little about it. But, it's something that needs to be addressed and researched. And to try to find out if there's something in the typical government overreach that is typical. How's the old saying go? The road to perdition is led with good intentions. I'm not too sure exactly what the whole phrase is or the statement is. But the idea is that, government institutions should do their best to let nature run its course. But the problem is, as well as with all the different increases in population that we have around the world, we're up to 8 billion people, or past 8 billion people. That is obviously going to have that's going to have an impact wherever you are, including the animals that we breed for slaughter, and it goes on and on. And so that all has an impact on the environment that we have, and so we produce our own fate. And not to get overly philosophical, but it is a philosophical issue that we face, and that as we have had exponential increases in population in the past couple of decades, we're experiencing the results of that exponential increase in population in many respects. And of course, because of the social environment that we have, it's not really something that that is really sustainable. So we see a reversion over the next decade and a half. We're really going to see a reversion to what life used to be like in the early 1900s and before. And so the social safety nets that we now have may no longer be there. And so my generation is one of the first generations that will start experiencing and are experiencing this. As a matter of fact, as I was going through my work life, this is what we were experiencing. A degeneration or degradation of the social, hey squirrely, of the social safety net. And governments are doing whatever they can to try to keep it alive, but I don't realize, the vast majority of them, they just don't have the basic background knowledge to and understanding to realize that the social safety net will continue to deteriorate over time. And how does it go? How did you become bankrupt? Well, slowly at first, and then all of a sudden. And that's what we're almost at, the all of a sudden point. And they're trying to slow down or not acknowledge the all of a sudden part. And it's something that just is a natural part of the cycle of societies. And so we're in one of those parts of societies that we're going to see a continual decline. Yeah, you may see upswings and things like that, but in general you will see a continual decline. All that being said, did I make your day? I'm not trying to scare everybody on a Sabbath day. This is not the idea. This is, as I walk, and I think I come up with these grand ideas that come off the top of my head, which are quite true. And we see it that in how our money is over the course of my generation has slowly degraded, and then now how it's degrading at a greater pace. But here you can see the lawn. Here's the lawn here now. It's all brown. Looks like prairie grass, something you're used to seeing in the prairies. Don't see it here much. Usually this is all green, but it's not green anymore. And we experienced this about 4 or 5 years ago, and now some are claiming that this year may surpass the dry records that were broken about 4 or 5 years ago when we had a drought. So we'll see when all the numbers come in. They could be right, it could be true. There's not a lot of reports lately, as there were the last time, of a lot of dry wells. So it's possible that a lot of the water, meaning the dug wells. So there's two kinds of wells. There's drilled wells and dug wells. And usually the drilled wells don't have as much of a problem, but the dug wells are the ones that often will have face challenges of having to bring water in. But we haven't seen a lot of that this time around. But there are signs that it's probably happening. People have to purchase water and bring water in for use in when they have dug wells. And we're fortunate here that we have a drilled well, and so thank God for that. So that's the update from Nova Scotia, and any of my Facebook friends around the world that have any curiosity, and if any of you do live in Europe and you're experiencing what you do, and of course my friends in the United States, maybe in fire zone, praying that God will protect you and guide your choices. Until then, God bless. Have a great Sabbath. Enjoy the day. Relax. Contemplate life. That's what Sabbath is about. You know, restore relationships after the 6 days of getting beaten up by the world. You can create a little oasis for yourself and try to create that oasis of time that God created. So God bless, and keep moving forward till Christ comes. Talk to you later.